global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Yes, today is election day and already everything is in top gear. Some few hours ago, Fubara made it very public. He had a world press conference. He called on all newsmen, told exactly the story from his side, what took place in RISEC office, and literally told Egbetokun, without mentioning words, to the MPF and the Nigerian Police Force and the sister agency that if they want to do their civic duty, responsibility that was given to them by Constitution to protect lives and property, why they are welcome. But if they be coming in to undermine the authorities, undermine the rule of law, which the Supreme Court has mandated them to run this election today, then by no means, if anything untoward happened to the people of Rivers State, that Egbetokun and the MPF will have, especially Egbetokun, will have himself to blame. He will, hold him responsible for anarchy in the state. Well, Egbetokun have decided to respond to this, and its response, let's listen to it. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, the Inspector General of Police, Egbetokun, has warned the Rivers State Governor, Fubara, to refrain from making unfounded allegations against him. Now, Fubara had accused Egbetokun of colluding with his political rivals, asserting that he would hold the IGP accountable if law and order deteriorate in the state. Now, Fubara's accusation followed his intervention in an incident that the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, that's the office, on Friday morning, where he claimed to have thwarted an alleged attempt by the police to seize materials intended for the upcoming local government elections. Now, in a statement released just some few hours ago by the public relations officers of the Nigerian Police Force, that's Olumuyiwa Adejube, Egbetokun expressed astonishment at Fubara's sudden appearance at the RISEC office. Now, the statement titled Rivers Election, MPF actions in accordance with existing court order remain politically neutral. Now, it elaborates on the police position. The Nigerian Police Force has noted with concern the recent statement made by the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, in which several unfounded allegations were leveled against the Office of the Inspector General of Police and the Nigerian Police Force. In light of these claims, it has become necessary to set the record straight. Firstly, it is important to clarify that there is a subsisting Federal High Court order barring the Nigerian Police Force from participating in the Rivers State elections. Now, this order was duly served on both the MPF, that's Nigerian Police Force, and the Rivers State government as a law-abiding institution. The IGP instructed the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State to strictly adhere to this court order by refraining from any direct involvement in the election process. However, in the evening of the 3rd of October 2024, the Commissioner of Police Rivers State received report that the policemen from Rivers State Government House has been deployed to the office of Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, to aid the conduct of the election. Now, this report was also relayed to the Inspector General of Police, who gave clearance to the Commissioner of Police to withdraw the policemen from the government house and replace with policemen from the Command Operations Department. Now, the mandate of the men from the Operations Department was to provide overnight security for the RISEC to prevent any attack on the facility. It is also important to note that prior to this, there have been series of security breaches in the state following the spate of court orders and counter orders and reactions to them by supporters of the different political parties involved. Now, the response of the command to secure RISEC overnight was therefore professional and supported by the Inspector General of Police. For emphasis' sake, the policemen deployed to RISEC from the Operations Department of Rivers State Command on the 9th of 3rd October 2024 were with the sole mandate to protect RISEC office from attack overnight. Now, this action was proactive and response to intelligence at the disposal of the state command. That's totally different, but let's continue. Now, it's therefore shocking to see the state governor storming RIC office, that's RISEC office, at night, wrongly accusing the police on lawful duty, deriding the police institution, and using unprintable names and unprintable words to describe the Inspector General of Police. Now, the Nigerian police takes exception to the unwarranted outburst of the governor, and particularly the weighty accusations which he falsely leveled against the Inspector General of Police and the entire Nigerian police force, and advised caution and decency in the pursuance of individual political goals. Threatening to shed blood and turn down the state because of a local government election is not acceptable to us. The Nigerian police force is committed to protection of lives and properties and will work with other sister agencies, other security agencies in Rivers State to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order in the state. To this end, the Inspector General of Police has ordered increased deployment into Rivers State to beef up security throughout the state. Citizens of Rivers State are now therefore advised to go about their lawful businesses. I would say this is good news. So, good news in the sense that means the police force and the sister agencies will be on ground full time to give security. But Fubara warned in his press conference that if you know you are coming to cause anarchy, you're going to go, don't come. Oh. Say don't come. But what he's saying, literally, is different from what the governor said. Because the governor said he saw 3 empty vans, 3 truck empty, 1 full with police. And now, when he came around, he now discovered, in fact, he made sure that he did not pick anything. But luckily for RISEC, they've already taken non-sensitive materials out of RISEC. They've already deployed them to other states, other local government areas. Now, Egbetokun is saying that actually they removed those old ones to bring in new ones to, overnight to, protect the place. I would have suggested, this is just personal, that they would have at least, instead of doing that on their own accord, tell the chief security officer of the state now, sorry sir, we noticed that you've taken security details from your government house to RISEC office. Please, would like, instead of, putting too much pressure on your police orderly, would like to bring in more reinforcement from the police command so that your orderlies can go back to their old duties, which is to protect the government house, whereas to get new reinforcement just for this election, not to come by 2 a.m. like Fubara has said, and with 3 trucks. The chief security officer is the governor. Whatever intel he has, he knows how he got it. And he won't make. Fubara is one person who does not make careless statements. Give it to him over the month that this whole thing has begun. He has been very careful with his words. In fact, he usually doesn't like to join issues with anyone. For him to open his mouth and say what he said, he knows what he heard, and he decided to act on the intelligence he got. But it's good to note that the police officers, the MPF, IGP has corrected whatever insinuation, because he said, Fubara said something unique. He said, I don't want to believe, but if it is so, correct yourself. And if it is so too, they have corrected themselves. But if it is not so, they have also corrected the misinformation out there. Whatever misinformation it is, Fubara knows what he knows. He heard what he heard, and he said what he said as a chief security officer of the state. But be that as it may, I like the fact that they have decided to rise up to their duty of protecting lives and property. And I like the fact that the likes of Femi Falana, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, also wrote to them, said, look guys, forget this whole whatever. You're supposed to be a non-partisan, and this is your duty, protecting lives and property. Come on, go back to Rivers State and do your duty. Well done, which means this election can't be